Hello and very welcome everyone to this particular session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn in this session the current affairs of 9th of July. So let's start and see that what are the things we can learn from this particular session. So before we start, these are the topics we are going to cover. So I have international banking, defense, science and tech, sports news. Then I have important days, books and authors, appointments, summits, obituary, and at last I will talk about the awards. And at last I will summarize all the topics that we are going to cover in this particular session. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So, the first news that we have today is regarding the reformist Masood Pezeshkian won Iran's presidential election. So, recently, what has happened, guys, that Dr. Masood Pezeshkian, a reformist politician and heart surgeon, has won the Iran's runoff presidential election with 53% of the vote casted. He will take over from Mohammad Mukbir, who has been serving as the interim president since the death of Ibrahim Raisi. Pezeshkian was elected in second round of voting after the candidate secured a majority in the first round held on 28th of June. He secured 16.3 million votes out of 13.5 million votes counted, while his opponent Saeed Zalili secured 13.5 million votes. So remember, Masood Pezeshkian, he has won as the presidential president in Iran. If we talk about another particular important presidential election, then we should go to Tunisia. In Tunisia, Kais Saied recently won the election for the second term as the president. And apart from it, recently in United Kingdom, Keir Starmer. So Keir Starmer has particularly won the elections from the Labour's party and is now set to become the new Prime Minister of United Kingdom. So I hope the point is clear to everyone. So let's start and see that what are the other things we need to know. So other is India gears up for Malabar showdown with Quad allies amid rising China tension. So recently what has happened, guys, that the India is preparing to host the Malabar naval exercise with United States, Japan, Australia in Bay of Bengal in October. So as we know very clearly that Japan, USA and India and Australia, they are the part of this particular Malabar exercise, and the Malabar exercise is going to be held in Bay of Bengal. The exercise comes amidst escalating regional tensions due to China's assertive action in South China Sea. The 28th edition of the exercise will focus on advanced anti-submarine warfare. The aim is to enhance military interoperability among the four countries. So remember, to particularly India is set to host this particular exercise. Also, if I would like to add, then if we consider Australia, United States, Japan, and add UK into it, it also becomes Quad countries. So this year, the particular meeting of Quad is going to be held in New York, in particular USA. BSF and SBI partnered for Grow with the Trees drive in Srinagar. So on 6th of July, the Border Security Force and State Bank of India partnered for Grow with the Trees plantation drive at BSF headquartered in Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. So basically SBI is now particularly partnering with BSF to grow with the trees plantation. Aim is to increase campus greenery and mitigate the effect of global warming. Participants included Commanding Officer Rajiv Bardwaj, SBI Branch Manager Nishant Sinhi, BSF officials, SBI officials, and school children from Kendra Vidyalaya. Numerous trees were planted as a part of the drive, fulfilling the commitment of sustaining a green and healthy environment. So remember, SBI recently joined hands with which particular force? That is the BSF for the Grow with the Trees drive in Srinagar. Another one, DMRC RVNL signed MOU to work as the project service provider on infrastructure projects in India and abroad. So, Delhi Metro Rail Corporation and Rail Vikas Nigam Limited signed an MOU to collaborate as a project service provider. The MOU projects such as metro system, railway, high-speed rail, highways, mega bridges, tunnels, institutional buildings, workshops, depots, signal telecommunication, and railway electrification. MOU was signed by Dr. P.K. Garg, Director Business Development of DMRC, Rajesh Prasad, Director of RVNL. RVNL is a Navratna Central Public Sector Enterprise under the Railway Ministry. DMRC is a joint venture company with equity participants from the Government of India and Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi. So all this will be done under this particular memorandum. So DMRC and RVNL are particularly coming together for some infrastructure projects in India and abroad. Bandhan Bank appoints Ratan Kumar Kesh as its interim MD and CEO. So on 6th of July, Bandhan Bank Limited appointed Ratan Kumar as the interim managing director and CEO. He will serve 3 months or until a regular MD and CEO is appointed. Ratan Kumar Kesh is currently the executive director and COO of the Bandhan Bank. He succeeds Chandrasekhar Ghosh, the founder and incumbent MD and CEO, who is set to retire on 9th of July 2024. So remember, Bandhan Bank has appointed a new appointment that as an interim MD and CEO, that is the Ratan Kumar Kesh, until the next particular person will come and set to take as a permanent charge. IEX board appoints SN Goyal as the CMD, promotes Rohit Bajaj as the joint MD. So recently, Indian Energy Exchange Limited board approved the reappointment of Satya Narayan Goyal as is the chairman and managing director. The board has promoted Rohit Bajaj as who is currently serving as the ED to the position of joint managing director for 3 years. Goyal will attain the age of 70 on 10th of August, and his term as MD will end from the closure of business hours on 9th of August. The IEX board also approved the appointment of Rajiv Gupta as the independent non-executive director. So these are some of the appointments in the Indian Energy Exchange Limited. Tata Power launches Ghar Ghar Solar initiative in Uttar Pradesh. So Tata Power Solar System Limited has launched the Ghar Ghar Solar initiative in Uttar Pradesh starting from Varanasi. The aim is to provide every home with clean energy through rooftop solar solutions. It promises sustainable financial savings for residents. The initiative also offers significant environmental benefits. So, for this purpose, Tata Power has launched the Ghar Ghar Solar initiative in Uttar Pradesh. ICICI Lombard introduces Elevate revolutionizing health insurance with AI. So ICICI Lombard General Insurance, as ICICI is collaborating with Lombard General Insurance, they are coming together and now they are particularly introducing a new system that is Elevate. That is also an AI based integrated insurance system. The innovative offering is designed to meet the diverse needs of modern lifestyle and unforeseen medical emergencies. The product emphasizes personalized solutions and comprehensive coverage. ICICI Lombard is a leading private general insurer in India. So remember their name, ICICI Lombard. RBI launches quarterly manufacturing survey for quarter 2 2024. So RBI has introduced its quarterly order books, inventories and capacity utilization survey for the manufacturing sector. So this particular survey will provide the insight of the type of inventories and the type of particular utilization that are being done by the manufacturing companies. The survey aims to inform monetary policy decisions. This survey has provided crucial insights into the key metrics such as new orders, inventory levels, and capacity utilization. The survey covers manufacturing companies across India. So RBI, they have launched quarterly manufacturing survey for this particular year. And if we talk about RBI was established in 1934 and later in 1949 the RBI Act came into being for the regularities. SEBI issues new guidelines to enhance credit rating agencies' operation. So recently, the marketing regulator SEBI has issued new guidelines to streamline operations for credit rating agency. The circular introduces specific timelines for dealing with the appeals made by companies regarding rating actions. These guidelines aim to enhance the ease of doing business and credit rating agencies. The guidelines are the part of SEBI's ongoing effort to improve market transparency. So remember that SEBI has issued new guidelines to enhance the credit rating agencies' operation. RBI report India's employment growth at 6% in financial year 2024 versus 3.2 in financial year 2023. So according to the RBI is the highest regulatory bank of India. The India's employment growth provisionally rose to 6% in the year 2024 compared to 3.2 in the year 2023. The increase brought the total employment of 643.3 million up from 596.6 million the previous year. A total of 46.7 million jobs were created during this period. Report highlights significant improvement in the employment sector. So all this is being done under this RBI report, as it said that India's employment growth at 6% in this year comparing to the last year. Annual defense production hits record high, approximately rupees 1.27 lakh crore in financial year 2024. So we discussed it in the last session also. Let's just revise it. So India's annual domestic defense production, that means the production that we have done indigenously within India under the Atmanirbhar campaign, you can say, reached record high of approximately rupees 1.27 lakh crore, showing 16.7 growth over the previous year. Defense public sector undertaking and private companies contributed significantly, accounting for 79.2% and private sector 20.8%. Defense exports also show significant increase, rupees 21,083 crore and a 32.5% growth compared to the previous year. This growth is attributed to the policy reforms and initiatives aimed to achieving self-reliance in defense production. So for this purpose, the annual defense production hits record high of approximately rupees 1.27 lakh. DRDO conducted successful trials of the indigenous light tank Zorawar in Gujarat. So the Defense Research and Development Organization successfully trials the indigenously developed Zorawar tank in Hazira, Gujarat. The tank weighs 25 tons and was designed in collaboration with L&T. So remember, DRDO and L&T, they have created Zorawar tank. Will be important. DRDO and L&T have integrated unmanned surface vehicles in littering munitions in the tank, learning lessons from the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Indian Army placed an initial order for 59 Zorawar tanks with plan to potentially procure a total of 354 light tanks. So remember, DRDO and particularly the L&T, particularly they come together to create the indigenously developed Zorawar tank. Indian-Russian joint venture IRRPL delivered 35,000 AK-203 rifles to Indian Army. So on 5th of July, Indian-Russian Rifles Private Limited, remember Indian-Russian Rifles Private Limited, delivered first batch of 35,000 Kalashnikov AK-203 assault rifles to the Indian Army. The rifles were produced at the Korwa Ordnance Factory in Amethi, Uttar Pradesh, in compliance with the Make in India and Atmanirbhar Abhiyan initiatives. The AK-203 rifles will replace the Indian small arms system rifles in SAS and AK-47 rifles. Rifles have a magazine capacity of 30 rounds, an effective range of 800 meter, and can fire 600 rounds per minute. So that is a very different type of missile, particular rifles, assault rifles that are being developed. What is the name? Kalashnikov AK-203. So please remember that it is being developed by India and Russia together in a joint venture, that is Indo-Russian joint venture on the Indo-Russian Rifles Private Limited. And it is a part of the Make in India campaign, and it is produced in Amethi at the Korwa Ordnance Factory. Ordnance factories are those factories where the development of weapons and technology is being developed. AK-203 rifles will replace the India's small support system rifles in SAS rifles and AK-47 rifles. NCW and Cyber Peace Foundation launched Digital Shakti 5.0. So the National Commission of Women and Cyber Peace Foundation, they have launched the 5th phase of Digital Shakti campaign at Vigyan Bhavan. The aim is to digital empower and upskill the women and girls in cyberspace with a goal to train 10 lakh women. The key figure at the event included Rekha Sharma, chairperson of NCW, Major Vineet Kumar, founder and global president of Cyber Peace, Sanjay Seth, MP from Ranchi, Jharkhand, and Union Minister of State Satyapal Singh Baghel. The program includes digital literacy training, empowerment workshop, and the creation of multilingual digital resource hub and chatbot to enhance cyber security knowledge. So for this purpose, NCW and Cyber Peace Foundation launched the Digital Shakti 5.0. Indian Railways GSV Vadodara signed an agreement with Airbus for aerospace teaching and research. So recently what has happened guys, that Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya Vadodara, they have signed a definitive agreement with Airbus to advance aerospace education and research in India. The agreement was signed by Remy Mallard, President and MD of the Airbus India and South Asia, Professor Manoj Chaudhary, Vice Chancellor of GSV. So recently what has happened, just let us read it once more. So Indian Railways and GSV Vadodara signed an agreement with the Airbus for aerospace teaching and research. The key figures signing ceremony include Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, Kinja Rappu, Ram Mohan Naidu, Ravneet Singh, Jaya Verma Sinha, and Vumlun Mang Vovalnam. Agreement includes full scholarship for the 40 GSV students to establish Center of Excellence at GSV and the induction of Airbus Aviation Chair Professor position. Last year, particularly on a particular aerospace or air flight training center was also stationed in Bangalore. NASA set to launch Habitable World Observatory Telescope to find inhabited planet. So NASA has set to launch Habitable World Observatory in 2040 to find proof of extraterrestrial life and inhabited planet beyond the solar system. So first of all, try to understand that particular observatory is being developed, that is the Habitable World Observatory. As the name defines, it is going to observe the world, observe the space, and would particularly explore that which particular part of the space can be habitable, and it will try to find a proof of extraterrestrial life and inhabited planet beyond the solar system. HWO is unique telescope dubbed Super Hubble, capable of detecting the range of biosignatures emitting by living organisms. The telescope aims to discover inhabited planets by 2050. Two Gaganyaan astronauts have been shortlisted for the Axiom 4 mission to the International Space Station, with on set to go on the mission. So remember, under this, NASA is now set to launch a Habitable World Observatory Telescope. Government mandates BIS standards for stainless steel and aluminium utensils. So recently, Government of India, they have mandated that stainless steel and aluminium utensils must conform to the Bureau of Indian Standards. This directive is effective from 14th of March, falls under the quality control order of the Department of for Promotion and Industry and Internal Trade. So now any particular utensil manufacturer who is particularly manufacturing these particular type of utensils, they have making them of stainless steel or from aluminium. Now they have to create these particular utensils and put ISI marks on them, so that particularly that will be available in the market under the good quality control. And if they will not do so, the particular type of penalty will be penalized on these particular utensils. ICAI and Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology collaborate on AI audit tool for corporate India. So ICAI, Indian Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, has initiated talks with the MeitY to develop AI audit tool. The tool aims to oversee corporate India and detect fraud. So that will be helpful in calculating and particularly computing the large balance sheets and bank sheets, and computing and see that if any kind of bank frauds or scam has been done. ICAI President Ranjit Kumar Agarwal confirmed that a proposal has been sent to MeitY Secretary Krishnan. The collaboration seeks to enhance corporate governance and accountability. So for this purpose, remember, ICAI is now collaborating with MeitY to create new AI audit tool. India ranks 5th in generative AI innovations. So recently, India has been ranked 5th in generative AI innovations, trailing behind China, US, Korea, and Japan. So India is now working towards generative AI, as a lot of ventures are being constructed in India regarding AI. Some of them are being under development with some big companies like Microsoft, like Meta, Google, and all these type of companies, and others are being indigenously built. So India is now ranked with 5th in generative AI. Despite its position, India has shown the highest annual growth rate in generative AI patent publication. The country has significant potential for economic impact through generative AI innovations. The ranking highlights India's growing influence in the AI sector. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix 2024 for the ninth time. So, British Formula One Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton now won the first F1 British Grand Prix on July 7th. He became the first F1 driver to win this race for the ninth time, extending the record he previously shared with Michael Schumacher. This was Hamilton's 104th Grand Prix win and his 150th podium finish for Mercedes. Three-time world champion Max Verstappen, Red Bull, finished second, followed by McLaren's Lando Norris in third place. So remember that Lewis Hamilton is associated with Mercedes, Max Verstappen is associated with Red Bull, and Lando Norris is associated with McLaren's. Okay. Indian squash player triumph at Asian Squash Double Championship 2024. So recently, Indian squash players secured two titles at the Asian Squash Double Championship. The championship was held at the Arena Imas in Johor, Malaysia. Squash is a game. It is quite of a racket game in which you have a small ball that is heavy, a little bit heavy. It is a kind of a rubber ball only, and you have to smash it on the wall in front of you. It is a kind of an indoor game, and particularly sometimes a glass court are also there in squash games. Last year in Asian Games is in squash. Uh, the wife of Dinesh Karthik, Mrs. Deepika, she particularly won the gold medal along with Harindra Sandhu. Okay, in the Asian Games that held in Hangzhou. And now Indian squash players triumphs at the Asian Squash Double Championship in 2024. The Indian team clinched victories in both men's double and mixed double categories. The achievement highlights India's growing prowess in squash. So, as I said, Deepika in the last year 2023, she also won the gold medal in squash along with Harindra Sandhu in the Asian Games Hangzhou. World Kiswahili Language, 7th of July. So, UNESCO World Kiswahili Language, observed on 7th of July, promotes potential of Kiswahili, one of the most widely used language of the African family. It is observed under the theme of Kiswahili education and culture of peace. The first World Kiswahili language was observed on 7th of July 2022. Just to add, 2024 is also known as the Year of Camelids. Please remember that as well. ER Governor released a book titled Kargil War by late Colonel M.B. Ravindra Nath. So, Governor of Arunachal Pradesh, Lieutenant General Kevalya Trivikram Parnik, retired, launched a book titled Kargil War, The Turning Point, authored by late Colonel Magod Basappa Ravindranath. So this book was written by a late colonel. That means the army personnel has gone, and the book named is The Kargil War, The Turning Point, and it has been launched by the governor of Arunachal Pradesh, who is Lieutenant General Kevalya Trivikram Pranik. The book was launched at the Karyappa Hall, Rajendra Singhji Army Officer Institute in Bengaluru. The memoir recalls the challenges faced by the 2nd Battalion of Rajputana Rifles during the Kargil War. The Rajputana Rifles played a crucial role in capturing Tololing in Dras sector and considering the first major success of the Indian Army in Operation Vijay. Please remember, Operation Vijay is associated with the particular operation that is associated to the capturing of the Kargil itself. MOMA, that is Ministry of Minority Affairs, designated nodal ministry for Raj Committee of India. So, Ministry of Minority Affairs, led by Union Ministry Kiran Rijiju, designated the nodal ministry for Raj Committee of India. The responsibility was previously managed by the Ministry of External Affairs. The new roles called the Raj Committee rules now assign these duties to the MOMA, that is the Ministry of Minority Affairs. MOMA will coordinate with the other ministries, including External Affairs, Home Affairs, Finance, Civil Aviation, and the nomination of the Hajj Committee. So remember that Ministry of Minority Affairs is now as designated as the Nodal Ministry for Hajj Committee. and it will take care of all the type of things that are required to provide the type of help during the Hajj Yatra. Rachel Reeves, British first woman finance chief. So Rachel Reeves has become the first woman finance minister in the UK, and the 45-year-old economist has pledged to grow the nation's economy. I like to add to that. Keir Starmer recently was elected as the Prime Minister of Britain, and he is from which particular party? He is from Labour's party. She was appointed as the Chancellor on 5th of June after Keir Starmer led Labour Party won the majority in the general election. Rachel is now the charge of the UK's budget. Please remember her name is very important. First woman finance chief, Rachel Reeves. Ministry of Culture initiate Project Pari for the 46th World Heritage Committee. So recently in July, the 46th World Heritage Committee meeting is going to be held by UNESCO in India, and it will be in New Delhi. And for that, Ministry of Culture initiated the Project Pari, Public Art of India. The project is executed by Lalit Kala Academy and the National Gallery of Modern Art. 150 visual artists from across India are creating wall paintings, mural sculptures, and installations to reflect India's rich cultural heritage. This is the first time India will chair and host the UNESCO's WHC. John Landau, Oscar-winning film producer, passed away. John Landau is an Oscar-winning film producer. At the age of 63, he passed away, and he was the producer and closely worked for the production of Titanic and other films like Avatar, along with James Cameron. And Landau also produced 2009 Avatar and its sequel Avatar: The Way of Water. He served as the chief operating officer in James Cameron production company Lightstorm Entertainment. Maharashtra wins Best Agriculture State Award. So Maharashtra, that is a state in the southwestern side of our country, has won the Best Agriculture State Award. The announcement was made by the 15th Agriculture Leadership Award. The committee is headed by Justice P. Sathasivam, former Chief Justice of India. Award recognizes Maharashtra achievement in the agriculture sector. So remember his name. He is the Maharashtra CM is Eknath Shinde, and Maharashtra has won the Best Agriculture State Award. HCL Tech Roshni Nadar Malhotra receives France's highest civilian honor. So HCL Technologies Roshni Nadal Malhotra, chairperson of the IT service firm HCL Tech, she has been conferred with the Chevalier de la Légion d'Honneur, Knight of the Legion of Honor in France. This is the highest civilian award of France, and the award recognizes her contribution to the IT sector. Roshni Nadar is the first woman to lead a listed IT company in India. So remember her name, Roshni Nadar. She has received the France highest civilian honor. And to add to that, Bharti Mittal, the CEO or the particular member or the MD of the Airtel company, he also received the knighthood from United Kingdom recently this year. Tamil writer Shiva Shankari selected for the Dr. C. Narayan Reddy National Literary Award. So renowned Tamil author and Shiva Shankari has been selected for the Dr. C. Narayan Reddy National Literary Award. This prestigious accolade celebrates her immense contribution to the Tamil literary culture. Shiv Shankari has played a significant role in shaping contemporary Indian literature. The award recognizes her lifelong dedication to the literature. So remember her name. Her name is Tamil writer Shiv Shankari. She has been given Dr. C. Narayan Reddy National Literary Award. Dr. Arpit Chopra received prestigious Excellent Award for pioneering work in homeopathy. So recently, Dr. Arpit Chopra, distinguished homeopathic practitioner, has been awarded for the Excellence Award at the NDTV MSME Summit. The summit was held in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh at the Marriott Hotel. The award recognizes his contribution to alternative medicine. Several high-ranking state officials and industry leaders attended the award ceremony. So remember, Dr. Arpit Chopra received prestigious Excellent Award for his pioneering work in homeopathy. PM Modi receives Russia's highest civilian honor for outstanding service. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was ceremoniously presented with the Order of Saint Andrew, the Apostle, the first called. Okay, this is the name of the highest honor award in Russia, as we have the highest honor, that is Bharat Ratna. The award was bestowed on him in 2019 at St. Catherine's Hall of the Moscow Kremlin. The order recognized his distinguished contribution to the development of the privileged strategic partnership between Russia and India. It also acknowledged his efforts in fostering friendly ties between the two countries. So remember, who has been given or honored with the Russia's highest civilian honor recently? That was Mr. Narendra Modi. Let's summarize that what we have learned so far in this session. So reformist Masood Pezeshkian won Iran's presidential election. India gear up for Malabar showdown with Quad allies amid rising China tension in Bay of Bengal. BSF SBI partnered for Grow with the Trees. DMRC RBNL signed MOU to work as the project service provider. Bandhan Bank appoints Ratan Kumar Kesh as interim MD. IEX board reappoint SN Goyal as the CMD. Tata Power launches Ghar Ghar Solar Initiative. ICICI Lombard introduces Elevate. RBI launches quarterly manufacturing survey. SEBI issues new guidelines to enhance credit rating agency operation. RBI reports India's employment growth at 6% in financial year 24. Annual defense production hits record high of approximately 1.27 lakh crore. DRDO conducted successful trial of indigenous light tank Zorawar with the help of L&T. Indian-Russian joint venture IRRPL, Indian-Russian Rifle Private Limited, delivered 35,000 AK-203 rifles, replacing the AK-47 and INSAS rifles. NCW Cyber Peace Foundation launched Digital Shakti 5.0. Indian Railways GSV Vadodara signed agreement with Airbus for aerospace teaching and research. NASA set to launch Habitable World Observatory Telescope. Government mandates BIS standards for stainless steel. ICAI and METI collaborates on AI audit tool. India ranks 5th in generative AI innovations. Formula 1 Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix 2024. Indian squash player triumphs at Asian Squash Double Championship. World Kiswahili Language Day is commemorated on 7th of July. AR Governor released a book titled Kargil War, written by late Colonel M.B. Ravindranath. MOMA designated as a nodal ministry for Hajj Committee. Rachel Reeves, Britain's first woman finance chief. Ministry of Cultural initiates Project Pari for the 46th World Heritage Committee meeting. John Landau, Oscar-winning film producer, passed away. Maharashtra wins Best Agriculture State Award for 2024. HCL Tech Roshni Nadar Malhotra receives the France highest civilian honor. Tamil writer Shiv Shankari selected for Dr. C. Narayan Reddy Literary Award. Dr. Arpit Chopra received a prestigious Excellent Award. PM Modi to receive Russia's highest civilian honor. And that's it in this session. I hope you all enjoyed this session very much and you get to know a lot about the world and our nation and different things. So that's all in this session. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.